Are you looking for a corruption-based build for Wuchang Fallen Feathers? Then follow my simple to-do guide and you will be corrupting everything, dealing out huge damage. So let's go over it. We're going to go over the skill tree, items, benediction, weapons, everything. So let's start with the most probably convoluted part of all of it, and that is the skill tree. Now this guide is from the start of the game to the end of the game, as well as New Game Plus ready, so bear that in mind, and if we zoom out you will see our skill tree is very scattered. Now in my opinion I would do this in the order I think you should do it, but again you can do this in any order. You can always respec for free if you need a bit more firepower, if you need more healing. But what we will do is we'll take a few levels into here, into our longsword, and then we'll work a few levels along here for our flasks, and then keep repeating. So like every 10 or 15 levels, move on to the other bit, take some of these, and so forth. But if I go through the skill tree here, we start with our longsword, which obviously starts with blink kick, and we move down and we gain sword saint. From here we're going to go to the left and take vitality. We're going to go back to sword saint and go down for the strength +1, for the strength +5, and then into wind force. Now this essentially allows you to do a very quick charged R2 if you have some Skyborn Might stacked. Very, very helpful for boss fights. From here we're going to go right and we're going to gain our endurance, and then right again for strong blade, and this is where we'll start spending our feathers to upgrade our swords. Once you've got that, we're going to go left for vitality, left again for longsword mastery +1, and then back into the middle, south for vitality, and then to the left for vitality, and left again for sword counter. Now this can be the skill you'll be using for most, or I say most of the game, for a long chunk of the game, because it is a very key skill. Especially if you go to the left for sword counter 1 and sword counter 2, this can allow you to do some really, really awesome counterattacks. Once you have that, you're going to come back to your vitality here, and we're going to go south for strength +1, strength +1 again, into our sword savant, which means the third attack of a long sword light attack gains clash. Really awesome ability to have as well. We're going to go to the right to unlock the vitality +1 here, and I'm pretty sure you won't have by now, but if you have somehow got a red feather to be able to upgrade this to a +4, here's your slot here. But you probably won't, as I said, I'm about 99% sure you won't, so we're going to come south. We're going to take the vitality, and vitality here. Come back to middle, south again for strength, 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 and another strength, picking up 8 strength in total. Down again for another strength, and down again for the vitality, into your sword blade here ready to be unlocked. Now if we come back to the start, back to the middle, once you have your strong blade, we are going to go up here for the endurance, and along for swordmaster. Now swordmaster is awesome. The 5th attack of a longsword light attack will now grant 2 Skyborn Might, and this is awesome because the upgrades we will be taking will stack this up for you. We're going to go south for endurance, and then to the left, to the right for endurance +5, because stamina is key in this game. And then we'll come north to pick up the 2 extra strengths here. Now once we've got that done, the last part of the longsword skill tree you're going to want to pick up is from the sword counter to the right, the vitality we already own. We're going to south for strength +1. And then we're going to come down for feathering, because the sword we're using scales with feathering. So feathering +1, another feathering +1, and then feathering +5. Come back to the middle, going all the way down and following the skill tree all along for corrosive fury. Strike with speed and precision. Rapid strikes can knock most foes back. Use with Skyborn Might for greater potency, causing corruption build-up. This is awesome. Awesome way of landing corruption. We're going to take the corrosive flurry. This will gain crush, and we're going to take corrosive flurry variant 2. Enable you to chain the 5th attack of a longsword light attack combo after corrosive flurry's 2nd attack. Awesome ability here. Now that is the longsword skill tree. I will get this like this for you so you know where you're going. But we also need to go along our Skyborn Might. Now don't forget what I said. We're going to do like 5 to 10 levels here, and then we'll jump here and do like 5 to 10 levels. And then back down, because some of these will be locked behind sort of your feather intake or your chisels, that sort of stuff. So you'll know when to jump back and forth. From here, we're going along for the Skyborn Core 1, meaning you can now have 2 maximum stacks of Skyborn Might. And north and south for your flask upgrades. These cost Lost Remains and Forgotten Remembrances, so you don't need to worry about Red Mercury Essence for this. Left again for Swift Resilience, Left again for the Vitality +5, and once again, north and south is flask upgrades. We're going to come left again for Vitality +1 and left again for Energetic, so you recover a small amount of stamina upon gaining Skyborn Might, which is very helpful in boss fights. We come north for the Endurance +1 and north again for Rapid Temperance, so while at 50% Madness, accelerates its effects on your weapons, enhancing them faster than usual. Very, very useful. And then to the north, sort of east I guess, for the Bone Needle Corruption, and this is a key part of this build. We'll be using this for our Temperance. From there we're going to come left again for the Vitality +1, north to unlock another Acupoint on our Temperance, and south for a Temperance Charge +1. Left again for the Vitality, left again to increase the maximum stacks of Skyborn Might by 1, so we now have 3 stacks. Left again for the Vitality +1 and north for another Temperance Charge. These are awesome because you can just run these for ages. We can come left again for the Endurance +1 and north and south for our mana upgrades when we need them. Left again for Skyborn Call, so we can now increase the maximum stacks of Skyborn Might by 1, so we now have +4 Skyborn Might caps. We're then going to come south, and we're going to take Feathering +1, Feathering +1, Feathering +1, and Feathering +1. Back to the middle here, and we are going to be filling out both sides, and they're identical. Both give you Feathering +1, and then Feathering +5. So fill out this whole skill tree here. From there back to the top, and we're going to go left again for the Vitality +1, left again for the Endurance +1, and then down for Alteration to unlock another Acupoint. Back to the top, we're going to go left again for the Endurance, left again for more Endurance, and once again left for Endurance. Come back to that middle one you just unlocked to go south for 2 more Feathering. Now once you've done all your longsword and you're working on your sort of Skyborn Might Temperance tree, we are going to go into the the spear tree. And when we're not using spears, we do want some of the improvements. So we're going to come down for the first 2 to Emboldening Spear, and then to the right for Strength +1. We're going down again for Strength +1, and down again for another Strength +1. Down once more, and we hit Vitality +1, to the right for a Strength +1, and then south for 1, 2, 3 nodes, until we can go right for a Vitality +1. Once we picked up the Vitality, back to the Strength, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4 down in a straight line, giving us a +2 to Strength and a +2 to Feathering. Once you've unlocked these, we're going to come back to the middle, and we're going to go left from this section here. If I zoom out, you'll be able to see where it is. And we go left for Vitality +1, or sorry, Strength +1, down for a Vitality, down for a Strength, and then left for Agility +5. Once we have that, we're going to come left again for Vitality, north for Endurance, Strength +1, and then an Endurance +1. Once you've got those locked in, back to your Agility +5, we can go south for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nodes, picking up a bunch of Vitality and some much needed Endurance. And that is the spear tree filled out. From here we are going to move over to the axe. Again, we're not going to be using an axe, but if you need some extra strength and vitality, this is the best tree to go for in my opinion. So we can go north, and this will give us Thunderous Cleave, a Strength +1 into Tide Turner. From here we're going to go left, and we're going to pick up the Vitality +5 because a bigger health pool is awesome. From there back to Tide Turner, we're going to go right for Endurance +1, north for Strike and Cleave, and then north for 2 to pick up 2 Endurance, leading to a Strength +1, a Endurance +1 again, into Chop and Weave. From Chop and Weave we're going to go north for an Endurance +1, Endurance +1, and an Endurance +1 for 3 much needed Endurances at this point in the game. We're going to go north for 2 for +2 Strength, and then left for 1 for Strength +1 before going south for more Endurance. Back to the top, and then we'll go left one more time. We're going to go down for 2, which will give us 2 Strength, and then straight down, which will give us 3 Vitality into Axe and Hook. And then from here it's very simple, we're going down again, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is the whole skill tree where we are at. I am level 104, so bear that in mind, you'll be able to follow this from the start to the end. And this is the skill tree, so if you need to take a photo, do so. But yeah, essentially, your skill trees are pretty easy to follow. Just make sure you start with your longsword, and every so often you are bouncing into your Skyborn Might to pick up your Corruption. Now let's go over our Temperance. Temperance is key. As you're going through this, we are going to want to pick up the Corruption Bone Needle, which means we can use Corruption on our weapon. We're then going to pick up our plumed stone needle, and this will increase the attack power we gain from tempering, meaning we hit harder. When you unlock your third node, we are going to use the shadow stone needle, so this will slightly increase the strength control of your weapon. And then when we finally unlock that fourth needle, we're going to do the everlight stone needle, which will increase the duration of your tempering. Increased duration alongside more temper charges, meaning we can corrupt as many enemies as possible while exploring, while in boss fights. It's just awesome. If we come to our benediction on the weapon, which I will go over, we are using the Serpent Fang. We are going to have, in our oath slot, corruptive feathers. If a nearby enemy suffers corruption, your weapon gains increased feathering attack power for a time. Memory swift corruption, increase your weapon's corruption build-up. And in the wisdom slot, we're going to be using viral corruption. Inflicting corruption increases the potency of corruption. We are using the Serpent Fang. As I said, we have got this at plus 10. I am New Game Plus. This will basically upgrade every time you use your feathers on the skill tree to upgrade your weapon. So you don't need to worry too much about following this. Just whenever you get a feather, make sure you upgrade your weapon. For armor, your armor really will depend on the boss or enemies you're fighting. It's pretty much that simple. There is no point me giving you armor options because some enemies have insane feathering damage, some have insane slash damage. You need to change your armor every single fight. For amulets, we are using the lifesteal amulet, also lifesteal pendant. This is a lifesaver, literally. It is probably the best pendant in the game. We're using the Ludan pendant, which will reduce the damage taken, but increase our stamina cost, which is why stamina is so important. And the twin infant pendant to increase our stamina recovery speed. For spells, I really like using the Vorpal Blade. The Ethereal Form to help you evade attacks and gain invisibility. Divine Ward to reduce your damage taken. And Echoes of Huan Yang. Call forth a legion of insects that split into different groups, scattering in all directions, deals feathering damage and causes corruption build-up. Incredible stuff. Now, as I said, for a weapon we are using the Serpent Fang. You can see this scales with with feathering and agility, so that's why feathering is so important to take here. Okay, we have a boss fight, so let's do this corruption build in action. Now, I'm going to shove the spell quick, so if we come down here, you will see the damage output isn't amazing, but you can see how much corruption we do build up, and we hit like a truck because there is corruption in the area. Just like that. So it's a really awesome build you can utilize. It is so powerful. The corruption build up when you land on a really tanky boss is a lifesaver. I would highly recommend it. So I hope you enjoyed this build for Wuchang Fallen Feather. If you have, please drop the video a like, helps me tremendously. If you're new and you haven't subscribed, you'd like to, that would also be amazing, and hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.